What's good, Panther Nation? What's going on? What's up, the nation? It's your man C Dougie here, fresh chop, fresh cut. Got a great live for you tonight, man. Definitely been trying to collab with this other gentleman for the longest, man. I mean, if you know his channel, you see it in the title. We gonna make sure this young man feels at home over here. What's up, Doug, man? Full swing panel tonight, man. Meeting with Panther content creators out there. Shout out to everybody that's going live. The Carolina's on fire. Shout out to Dunk over there with Unnecessary Bluntness. Then you got PPP going live on Panthers Prime Podcast. Then you got the OGs, PNP, Rashad and Dave going live. The Rap Star game with Rap Star Report with Clay. And you also got Panthers on Tap with those three gentlemen, Curtis, Bryson, and my guy Ricky Raines going live tonight. But you guys are here right now. So if you guys are in and out tonight, definitely go and show everybody some love. But let me go ahead and bring up the guest and the honor of tonight. Joining us tonight. You guys know him as Low, the host of the pregame show. And I can't wait to have this man join us tonight. Again, we have a full deck of different content. We're just not talking about Panther football. Again, we're going to make sure that he feels at home over here. What's up, Doug? So let me go ahead and pull him up. How you feeling tonight, Lo?
My guy. We in the building, bro. What's good with you?
Man, chilling. Can't call it, man. Already got the TV on for one of the topics that we're going to talk about tonight. So, like I said, man, we're going to get into it. How you feeling today, man?
Hey, bro. I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed to be here. Blessed to see another day, man. It's been love, man. And I appreciate you, man. It's been a long time coming. We've been trying to collab for a minute, and schedules and different things came up, bro. But I was excited that we was able to make this thing happen, bro. So I'm excited to be on What's Up, Doug, bro, with the one and only Dougie Fresh, bro.
I appreciate it, man. So, yeah, man. Before we do house cleaning, man, like, you know, if people don't know, tell them who Lo is. Again, the one thing me and Lo laugh about, we go live almost simultaneously at the same time. So it's like, oh shoot, like I don't want to step on Lo toes. He don't want to step on my toes. But again, I was telling Lo behind the scenes, with it being my birthday month, we moved up Blitz Talk. Most time we go live every Thursday. But with it being a birthday month, about to go out of town, I said I want to bring up Lo for the last episode before July to definitely bring up somebody we've been trying to collab with behind the scenes. So
yeah, man.
And I appreciate you joining us, man. But go ahead and tell everybody, you know, what's up with the pregame show.
First off, happy early birthday. You know,
appreciate it.
I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna ask you how old. I'm just gonna say 25 because 25 is that's the number that you can actually rent a car. So I'm gonna say happy 25th. You know what I'm saying? But
I appreciate it.
I think the biggest thing I want to say about, like, one thing you said about like the stepping on the toes thing, man. I say this all the time. There's enough room for everybody to eat out here in terms of content creation, bro.
Right.
And one thing that I appreciate about you is how much you support all the other platforms, just like you said before you brought me on, of like calling out every other content creator that's going live. I think that's what's going to take you extremely far. It's just how humble and supportive you are, bro. And I try to do the same thing, man. You see, I try to always come in the chat, show love, let people know I'm watching, because I support everyone and I appreciate when everybody supports me as well. So I just want to call that out. But yeah, I am the host of the Pregame Podcast. It's your fusion of sports and pop culture. We talk about a little bit of everything with my amazing co-hosts, Shad from PNP and Vashti from Carolina Blitz. It's lit, man. We go live every Thursday. Right. It's either 7:30 or 8 p.m. And yeah, we talk about, yes, we are content creators who happen to love Panthers, and so we talk about the Panthers as well. But we're gonna talk about a little bit of everything. So I appreciate Doug creating a menu, creating an agenda. He said it'll make me feel like home because we talk about everything, man. And that's what I love about the pregame podcast. We're on our way to 500 subscribers, so help us out. Go over there, hit the subscribe button, come rock with us.
And yes, sir. Only thing you got to do is Lowe's channel is actually highlighted in the title. You just click on it and just hit subscribe over there. So we made it easy for when we bring guests on. It's just a one click. Literally, you just hyperlink right to their channel and you go support them, go show them some love. Our co-host over here, what's up, Doug? You guys know Uncle Quan. He is back in the groove. He put a video out in his short. Life has been life for a lot of people, but also continue to keep him and his family in his prayers. Losing 2 family members almost back-to-back weeks. Definitely keep Uncle Quan in your prayers, but he may be in the chat. I know that he said they got football practice, but again, if my brother is out there listening, I definitely salute. And we got you in your prayers.
Absolutely, bro.
So
you're definitely on my prayer list, Quan.
So before we get into our sponsors and everything, I forgot to do something last week, but I'm not going to do it this week. Shout out to all our members over here at What's Up, Doug, man. The Dougie Effect will have its benefits coming after July. With the Dougie Effect, we'll be giving out tickets. We'll be giving out an exclusive pregame. I'm trying to figure out the word. A pregame. I can't say it's something that the Panthers are giving, but if you get the giveaway for the tickets, you also have an exclusive experience from the Panthers along with your ticket. Also, we'll be doing a jersey giveaway once I come back from military duty in July. So stay tuned for that, man.
Lit.
But again, I appreciate everybody that has signed up for the Dougie Effect. If you do want to sign up for the membership, definitely just let us know in the chat. I'll drop the link. It's only 99 cents. But again, I appreciate everybody that has renewed. Also, new members as well. But again, if it is time for your renewal, it's only 99 cents. And our giveaways will be starting for members only in the month of July. And we might do a little subscriber, but we definitely got to pay tribute and homage to our members over here at What's Up, Doug.
Love it. That's awesome, man. Y'all make sure, look, 99 cents. It's not, yesterday's price is not going to be today's price. Y'all better get in.
Thank you, Lo. So then also shout out to our sponsor here, which is SeatGeek. Again, if you are a first-time user, we say it every live, you get $20 off your ticket purchase when you use the code What's Up, Doug. Again, if you have somebody in the household that does not have an account, it is easy as them signing up. Them for a first ticket purchase, go ahead and use the code What's Up, Doug, and you're right at it to get $20 off. Also, the good thing about SeatGeek, they also show you from best to worst, from 5 to 10 for your seat selection matching with your price. So again, shout out to our sponsor over here at What's Up, Doug, which is SeatGeek. Again, I appreciate you guys giving us this sponsorship over here on What's Up, Doug. So we got a couple people in the chat already. Oh, there's my brother, man. Hey, he said, "Bit love, brother. Got the AirPod in, so I'm listening." Like I said, man, hey, you already know it's all love. You know it's all love, fam. We're going to hold you down. Hopefully you can, being around that element with football, I know that gets your mind off of the real life. But again, hopefully you'd be able to come in the chat later on before the show ends, brother. Let me see. Looks like Tech can move pretty good for his sides. We got some young weapons to grow the offense with. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, as I already always ask my guests over here, are you ready to get in the deck? You got any first words you want to talk about? Or let's go ahead and hit it.
Hey, let's get it.
Okay.
I'm here to have a good time. Let's get it.
All right. So, the first slide, this is the first time we did this over here, and it's called the stock report. So, basically, these are just 4 individuals that I think who have been talked about amongst their peers and also the media. And this is, you guys, how we do it over here. But this is a very interactive live. So if you guys disagree, there's a player that we're missing. I know there's a couple of people that I did not put on here just because I want to see if Lowe had it or the chat had a take. But the first one we're going to talk about is Cha Smith-Wade. And before we get into it, I also have clips with shout out to all our media members out there. So let me go ahead and play this clip before we jump into it.
Seeing Shaw now that he's had more of an all season under his belt in the nickel, like how has he grown there?
Man, I think he's been the most impressive player from OCA just because how fast he got the defense in 1 year, and he out there making the calls for the safeties. He played line up at corner, he lined up at nickel, he lined up at safety. He lining up everywhere. And he's just making a lot of plays, and the communication is the biggest thing for me. Like a second-year player communicating like that. He even calmed me sometimes because at corner, sometimes I get lazy and don't want to go to the huddle, so I can depend on Shaw every time they break the huddle to give me the play, tell me what I'm supposed to do. So it's just I'm proud of him. I think he's doing a good job.
All right. So like I said, our first candidate that we have right now is Cha Smith-Wade with stock going up. How you feeling about that, Lo?
Yeah, bro, I completely agree. One thing that Dave Canales always says, he talks about it from the offense perspective, but I think it also applies to the defense perspective. And that's when you start to see players' personalities start to shine, or they're going back to the huddle or coming from the huddle at a faster pace. That's when they're feeling comfortable. And that's when we know that they are really, truly feeling like themselves, and they are really understanding the offense or defense. And I think that's what's happening with Cha Smith-Wade. We already knew that, if we remember last year when we were scouting him, he had a heck of a Senior Bowl. And people were looking like, okay, he has a lot of potential. We weren't sure how he was going to work because, as we know, the Panthers love long, lanky corners. With him being, call it what, 5'10" we weren't sure exactly how they're going to use him. But I'm happy to hear that he has been the most improved. I think he knows he has something to prove. And with everyone saying, "Oh man, our cornerback room is the one that needs help," it's always refreshing to hear that corners are actually doing well, especially people who we draft. Everyone always talks about Dan Morgan and how well he does, or how well he will be doing in the draft. I think it's important to see that, because we claim that we are a developmental program, that the development is actually happening with some of our second-year players. So I like it. I love it. The fact that he's communicating and he understands that defense in the second year, the sky's the limit for him, man. So I do agree with your stock up.
So for me, I want to say, I think I had a guest on prior, and they said it's time, and it was in a comment. They said it's time for everyone and his staff to develop the rookies that we're drafting.
Mhm.
And if you look at it, Cha Smith-Wade was kind of trending upward before he hit the season IR. I remember the pick that he got against the Buccaneers. He jumped the route. You can tell the game was slowing down. And that's one thing that we said. We want players that are in their second year for the game to slow down. And if you heard JC Horn, he's even saying for a second-year player, and I'm paraphrasing, almost is like he was probably a little bit ahead of him in his second year than what Cha Smith-Wade is showing. Because again, if you listen to what he said, I'm the veteran and you have a second-year player telling me to get in the huddle, making sure that I'm at right alignments, making sure that I'm locked in right before pre-snap. And the one thing that I did like in that interview is they even talked about how he's been playing safety, he's been playing nickel and outside. So that means versatility has been shown with Cha Smith-Wade. And one thing that we do remember is when he came out of Washington State, he was just outside. But now they wanted him to play nickel, and then he played at the Senior Bowl, played nickel. So for him to hit the ground running, and this is not just minicamp, this is also going into OTAs. So this is a momentum going up. And then shout out to Mike K, and maybe other people have said it, but I know Mike K said, here's your Cha Smith-Wade media post, meaning that every time the media comes out, Cha Smith-Wade is like, when the cameras are on him, he makes a play. So the first one for me, like I said, Cha Smith-Wade, for stock up, I definitely agree with. Next, and this is no shun, or I'm not gonna badmouth him. I think it's Mike Jack, because we're gonna talk about another slide as well that we're gonna talk about after this. But with Cha Smith-Wade, the good thing about it is he has competition pushing Mike Jack. But I think a lot of people are saying Mike Jack is comfortable with him re-signing with Carolina. And again, the pads are not really on. This is like really touch flat football right now. So again, this I could really just say steady rather than stock down.
I was going to say.
There's something else that's brewing in the Carolinas that I might think the stock is down. So go ahead, Lo. How you feeling, man?
Hey, man. I agree. I think the steady piece. One thing I will say, and I definitely want to call out, and I've seen this all over Twitter as well, is like a lot of, unfortunately. Well, actually, let me give context before I even say that. You're absolutely right, Doug, where right now This is basically no contact. And usually when this happens, when it's 11-11, 7-7, like it's set up for the offense to win.
Correct.
Because the defense cannot be as physical as they usually are. So I just want to give that context. However, there's been a lot of film that the Panthers have posted where number 2 is in the back getting
right here. There it is.
Yeah, there you go. See, exactly. There's been a lot. I've seen some with Xavier. I've seen some with Coker. I've seen some with T-Mac. It's been a few instances where I was like, dang, that's number 2. But I think we knew that. Like he don't get me wrong, Mike Jack he showed really good flashes last year.
Correct.
But at the same time, like he is what he is. And if there is an opportunity to get a better player, I know I'm not gonna go into too much detail because I know we'll talk about that later. But if there is an instance or opportunity to get someone, then you have to go get them. So
Thanks.
I won't say down because it's not like he's absolutely horrible and we're hearing bad things. I think it's just he is taken from some coaches from back in the day. He is who we thought he was. Like he's not. It is what it is. Like he is a decent CB2, CB3, but he's not going to be that elite player. That's just not who he is, and that's okay. Like we know that. So what can we do? But I won't say stock down. I'll say it's steady.
And I was thinking about that again when I put it there because the steady is really like a yellow line, and I was like, but again, like I said, there's another slide that we're gonna talk about, and I'm like, I don't know if it's steady because again, when you have Chi Smith-Wade making plays every single day,
that's the thing too. Bring and Shamar Bartholomew.
Yes, and like I said, we're gonna talk about more people because I definitely know we're gonna have.
You bring up a good point, see, Dougie.
Yeah,
you bring up a good point because if I now I'm thinking about it, I'm talking through it. We've heard from a lot of beat reporters, Mike K, Sheena, Vashti, Joe Person, play broken up by JC Horn, play broken up by Shal Smith-Wade, play broken up by Shamar Bartholomew, play broken up by Trayvon Moore, who should be on the stock up. I haven't seen yet, and I could be wrong. Keep me honest, chat. But I don't think I've seen a lot of things where it was like Mike Jack made a play. Yet.
Correct. But look, like I said, we're gonna go with the ones that are on the slide. But again, chat, if you guys have one, I did see a name that I think we will talk about. And shout out to Nakari that posted that, and we'll go back to that comment. But let's continue with our next one. And stock up is Bryce Young. Let me go ahead and play the clip first. I got another clip for us. Let me see.
And Bryce, I mean, from the outside looking in, he's not a guy that you would think would be a trash talker or chippy guy. Is that something you've seen him kind of come out more?
Honestly, he gets really animated, and particularly if you're talking about sports. Like he loves talking about NBA basketball, college sports during the season when we're going, when we're out here on the field, he just has that. I don't know what he just has a defiance to him. And that's just kind of his way of competing. He's not super animated with it, but he definitely thrives off of that, feeds off of that energy, and he takes his, chances when he can because JC's trying to bait him into throwing the ball over there, so and he's doing a great job with it. So, and it does bring a level of confidence to the guys to know like, hey, we're dangerous when we're out here, and so I can feel that happening.
And then shout out to one of your co-hosts, I call the first lady of the pregame show, Vashti, that I know her voice. Like I said, Vashti has been awesome. Every time I've seen her, anything I need, Vashti is like, yeah, Doug, I can do it. I can't do it. Let's reschedule. So definitely shout out to Vashti.
That's the homie,
for that
bro.
audio, man. So stock up, Bryce Young. You want to go first, or you want to knock that in?
I went first last time. You go ahead.
Okay, so for me, and I know it's a lot of people in the chat, so we're gonna go back and forth with the chat on this one. When your quarterback has a aura about him and it oozes out,
a four-letter word.
Yes, and it oozes out like the way it's been oozing out during the offseason. Again, it's 7-07. Yes, he threw a pick to Trayvon Merritt today, which is great. Because again, if Bryce is just dialing up our defense, that just shows our defense did not improve because there's not even pressure being in his face right now. But for having back-to-back long drives with Xavier Legette, that
Yeah.
means something.
Mhm.
Then even with you having two of your top receivers down, meaning rest days for Adam Thielen and T-Mac, and he still
Yeah.
showed out today, that's showing that the game is slowing down for Bryce. And if you think about it, Bryce is able to have his same coaching staff
Yes.
and offensive coordinator with him. Then you have the cohesion and the continuity of the offense coming together, which Chuba talked about in his presser today. I think there's a tier that Bryce has not hit yet. Yes, I understand the losing record. A lot of people cannot forgive. A lot of people are still upset with Bryce. But at the same time, I think we're going to see a different Bryce. And I think we're going to see even a differenter Bryce than the Atlanta game, meaning that he's going to show us something different because, again, when you look at the weapons that we added to this offense, look at what Dave Canales was able to do when he was at Tampa his last season before he became the head coach. They had 2 running backs, they had 2 big body receivers, and they had 3 tight ends. And so for me, I think the sky is the limit. I think a lot of people want to put pressure on Bryce. I think Bryce is ready for that counter punch. But at the end of the day, I'm totally yes, I made a word up. And when I said it, I was like, somebody gonna be like, I just made a word up. Yes, Quan, I made a word up. I definitely made a word up. But I mean, but seriously, Lo, I think he's just gonna be a quarterback that we've never seen. And the only thing that scares me is if he comes out the gate in Jacksonville week 1 and shows what he was able to do whenever we play New Orleans in week 1, that's going to scare me because it's something's not clicking. Something is not clicking with Bryce, but I don't think we'll see that. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was with you until that very, very last part, because I think one thing we have to understand, like, yes, I agree with everything Doug said, and I'm gonna say my piece too, but I definitely want to say this quick rebuttal. We have to I know we're all excited, right? And I am dumb excited. I got the Kool-Aid out. I'm ready to rock and roll. But this is a young team.
Correct.
And, just like we give players 3 years to develop, and I've said this on my show before, like, I think that we should give coaches or play callers 3 years as well. And this is going to be the 3rd year Dave Canales has call plays in the NFL. This is his 3rd year. So we have to understand that there is a young team. It's going to be some growing pains, right? As long as it's not consistently going on, then I'm going to feel good. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be some highs. It's going to be some lows. As long as it ain't consistently low. So I definitely want to say that. Like, I don't think he's going to come out and do what he did week 1 against the Saints like he did last year against the Jags. But I think it's going to be some interceptions at times. We're going to be like, come on, Bryce. But I think the one thing that I'm enjoying hearing, and the reason that I do agree with your stock up, is his I understand it now moments, right? Because we heard earlier, Trayvon Moore picked off Bryce. Next thing you know, Bryce Young went
deep
3 for 3.
He went deep. He went deep
after
that. He went deep after that interception. It wasn't just like a shutdown. He went deep.
Right. So he's like, okay, I got it. Like, and Trayvon Morgan, all these, like, our defense has gotten better from on paper and what we've heard and what we've seen. So that's only going to make Bryce better. I think people discredit the fact that majority, if not all, of the coaching staff is the exact same, and the scheme is the exact same for someone who has found their confidence like Bryce has. Could you imagine if Bryce found his confidence, but then a lot of things shifted? Like, then he has to relearn a scheme, relearn all those different things, right? That's very difficult for a player. But for someone who has found his confidence, now it's trash talking. That just shows you how confident he is. And he used the word defiant, right? And I thought that was an interesting choice of words, right? Because defiant is always like meaning you're challenging or resisting, what the status quo or whatever. And the fact that he is trash talking in his own way, he's not being anybody else. He's doing the way that he likes to trash talk against JC Horn. JC Horn's like trash talking him, trying to make him throw to his side, this, that, and the third. That's only going to make everyone better, right? Competition breeds excellence. And that's what's going to make the Panthers 10,000 times better. But the fact that you now you've mastered you've graduated from the scheme of last year. Now this year is mastering it, right? So I get to master this particular scheme, and I get to add. And Dave Canales has said this plenty of times. This offense is going to look like Bryce Young. And so now that you know and you're comfortable and you're confident in this particular scheme, now I'm confident to go in and say, I want T-Mac. Now I'm confident to go in and say, I want to run this play. Now I'm confident to say, I didn't really like this play last year, but I like if we did a dig here, a post here. And now they're adding all the things that Bryce Young likes. And you know when someone's comfortable in whatever they do when they start talking trash, right? If me and Doug was sitting here playing 2K and I sucked at 2K, you think I'm going to talk trash? Absolutely not. But if I know that I'm got better at 2K, oh, yeah, you're going to hear from me, Doug. Oh, yeah, come on. What team you want? You're going to start to feel comfortable. I love it.
So look, no, I'm going to say this because I wanted to post this picture, but I didn't because I didn't want people to say, oh, Doug and Lowe did this. The last time we had a quarterback drawing with a DB was who?
Cam Newton and Josh Norman.
Cam Newton. And when I say I was going to post it, but I said I'm not comparing it, but it just shows the competition is there. JC talked about it. If either you're gonna step up to the plate and compete, or you're gonna dig yourself in your own hole. But he said we don't have those type of players in here that if somebody's barking at you or talking junk across the line of scrimmage, you're gonna be ready for that rep.
Yeah.
So,
and the other thing I thought JC said that was so dope, and I think something that a lot of people missed. He said, because of the trash talk and everything, me and Bryce have gotten a lot closer.
Yep.
He said it brought us closer because now we going back and forth, and it's not the fact that I don't like you and we're gonna talk trash. It's the fact that I want to make you better and you're gonna make me better, and that's what brought them a lot closer. And I thought that was pretty dope. So I'm excited, man. I think Bryce, we're gonna see a different kind of Bryce. We saw it how he was celebrating and dancing. We're gonna see that type of Bryce. That's how Bryce is, and I appreciate that he's being authentically him.
Yes, sir. And then yes, we were gonna talk about that before we went into the next one, but Josh Norman was at practice, and if I'm not mistaken, I heard this is the first time he's been back in Carolina since he was signed with us, not playing against us. So shout out to all the veterans showing up because I think the vets even know something is special or something's brewing in Carolina as well. So definitely, again, like I said, something's brewing in Carolina. Carolinas are hot, so I cannot wait.
It's up, bro.
Car, if you're talking about this is Bam. This ain't no. I already took Jimmy's right in front of me. Jimmy Butler is down, so I know you're not talking about Bam.
Hey, Nakari is hilarious, bro.
Yes, he is.
Hilarious.
Yes, he is. Let's see. But again, if you are new, we have the pregame show hosts over here. Low join us tonight, man. We have over 144 off of 2 platforms. Again, there's about to be a plethora of Panther content creators going live here in a few. Again, if you're rocking with us, stay with us. If you want to keep peeping in and out, definitely do that. But again, shout out to PPP that's about to go live, PNP, Rockstar Game, and Panthers on Tap later tonight, which hopefully I think me and Lo will be off before then because those guys go late. But like I said, definitely show everybody some love tonight again. I think even with the content creators coming out, that means something. So again, shout out to all those different platforms that are about to go live here in a few.
Oh, yeah.
So the last one, I think this is going to start a little bit of controversy as well.
Oh, yeah.
Hunter Renfrow. Okay, so hold on. Before we go to Hunter Renfrow, do you agree that Bryce's stock is going up so far?
It's the name of my episode tomorrow for my podcast is Up and to the Right.
Okay.
And that's what the stock is for Bryce. Up and to the right. Yeah, it's booming, bro.
Okay. All right, so the last one will be Hunter Renfrow, and then we'll go into some of what the chat wants to say, and also if I miss one on yours, because I have one that I didn't put up here on purpose because something didn't happen today.
Okay.
Hunter Renfrow. So I went first. Go ahead. You go first this time, Lo.
Hey, man. Look, I've been saying this since the jump. Y'all got to chill out on the hot takes with Hunter Renfrow. The dude, y'all I understand that it's been a year or 2 since he's played. But look, if a dog hasn't been around other dogs in a while, it takes a little minute to get used to it, but they find their way to show that they a dog. And Hunter Renfrow showing that he's getting his legs underneath him. And look, bro, I feel as though he's going to make the 53. I said it. I think that his stock is definitely up. I think it's not as, as it's progressing. It's like it's a slow grind of up and to the right instead of like a boom like it is for Bryce and what Bryce is doing right now. But Hunter, I mean, from what I've seen from some of the film that's come out, his savviness with his route running, how he does really interesting things at the top of his routes to make sure that he gets open. We already know he has hands, so that's not gonna, change, and that's something that we definitely need. And Adam Thielen said something very interesting. If you saw his press conference yesterday, but he talked about how everybody in that wide receiver room is so different from each other, which he loves, because everybody has a unique strength, or something that they can learn from the other player. And he talked about him and Hunter. Yes, they're both veterans, and yes, they both play in the slot. However, what the routes that Hunter Renfrow is particularly really good at, Adam Thielen said, "Hey, I'm not that good in those routes, and I can learn from him of how to get open and how to do these different things." But whenever like Adam Thielen is out for a play, catching a breath, like we're not missing a beat. And one thing that I love about this wide receiver roster, and also just the Carolina Panthers in general, Doug, is the fact that we always talk about raising the bar, right?
Correct.
Raising the ceiling and all that. We're raising the floor. And I think that's one thing I appreciate. Like, it's a higher floor. What I mean by that is like our depth in our roster is 10,000 times, in my opinion, better than it was last year. And now it's getting to the point where Adam Thielen even said this last year. I'm looking around like, he said this in his press conference yesterday. He said, I'm looking around like, yo, I don't know who's going to make the team.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about in terms of competition breeds excellence. When you are having to sit there and say,
this comment right here.
Yeah, no, we don't have enough roster spots. Some people are not going to make the team.
Correct.
David Allen said this yesterday. A lot of these people aren't going to make the team, and it's tough because some people understand the importance of doing well in OTAs, doing well in minicamp, and making sure you have a strong and healthy training camp.
Healthy. You can't miss days, because there's a person that you can't miss days. You cannot miss days right now.
Healthy. So last thing I'll say, Doug, and I'll pass it to you. One thing that I appreciate that really spoke to me was the fact that a 12-year veteran by the name of Adam Thielen said, even I have to make sure that my game is on. And it's making me compete and making me make sure that I'm getting better. You know you're making a team, but you know that you have to make sure that you are at a particular ranking in the roster. So I love it. I think that this is only going to make us better. And Hunter Renfrow stock is definitely up.
Okay. I finished these slides last night. I was worried because me packing and all that. I was like, bro, like I cannot give Low a subpar deck.
Oh man, nah.
Whenever I was thinking of another player with stock up, I did not know Adam Thielen and T-Mac were going to be sitting out today. And Hunter Renfrow took advantage of the opportunity. If you look at it, based off of I'm just doing a hypothetical, based off the down and distance, I think when Bryce threw it to Hunter Renfrow, it had to be like a third down situation because we put him as the Mr. Reliable right alongside Adam Thielen. So he took advantage today. But if I'm not mistaken, they ended practice with, I think it was like a 40-yard gain yesterday when Andy Dalton threw the ball to Hunter Renfrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a live last week. Shout out to Two Growls Run Roar talking about minicamp preview. And the first slide that we talked about was vets versus rookies. And one rookie took advantage of another rookie I thought that will make it, and I still think he has to make it, but give a point to Low. Low said you have to be healthy. Jimmy Horn has not played since he's pulled that hammy. Jimmy Horn had hamstring issues back at USF and at Colorado. Then he aggravated it some way, somehow. Then you look at it as George taking advantage of his reps today, but Hunter Renfrow has not taken one day off, has not came with his lunch pail hard hat on. So for me, I think it looks good for Hunter Renfrow being a veteran. If you go back to the comment, and I think Shane said it, where did he say it? He said it right here. Is there enough space for all these wide receivers? I honestly think we carry 6. And the only reason why I think we may carry 6 is because there's a particular running back that I don't think that will make it because you're going to have a wide receiver take on those particular duties as special team.
Good
But
point.
that's here nor there. So for me, Hunter Renfrow stock is up. And again, we will recap and we'll go into a couple of players that we possibly did not talk about on the slide. First one was Cha Smith-Wade, stock up. Mike Jack stock down. Bryce Young stock up. Hunter Renfrow stock up. One that I do want to say that I think a stock is up, and that is Fitzgerald or Fitzpatrick, the kicker?
I think it's Fitzgerald, right?
Okay, so Fitzgerald. He went 4 for 4. Well, 5. It was either 4 for 4 or 5 for 5. And I know Wright went 3 for 5, missed one at 40, and missed one close to 50. And shout out another beat writer friend of the show, Sheena Quick, that I got that from.
That's the homie.
That is a battle that I think is going to go to the end. And they tried to get Dave to answer that question today in the presser, like, who's winning right now? And he was like, it's too early. Like, literally, y'all asking me just because he missed right now. And the one thing I do like also with this kicking competition, they're not in regular goalposts. They're actually in the narrow ones. So you actually have to hit it straight up the middle, not curving it, not going to the left or right. It's literally straight down the middle. So I think that is, I will say the rookie I do like, because again, I wrote a tweet off of Sheena's tweet that we have the golden leg back in Carolina. We should have never got rid of Harrison Buckner when we traded or we released him and he went to the Kansas City Chiefs. I think we have our kicker here in Carolina, and I'm loving the competition because I think Eddie Peake just got the job last year. And the thicker kicker, yes, I'll call him by his nickname, should have had a competition with him. But that's one rise or one competition that I say I think stock is up is for the kicking competition. What you have another one? Because I can go.
Yeah,
well.
I got 2 different ones. The first one I'll start off with is the obvious one. Trayvon Moore. His stock is up. I think that he is exactly as advertised, like literally as advertised. We knew that we needed a safety. We knew that was a dire need, and we saw how the Raiders changed the way that they used Trayvon Moore. At first, he was, always playing deep safety, and he was still good, but he really showed out last year in terms of how they played him close to the box, but having him everywhere. And it seems as though, and I'm gonna say it, he's going to use him the way that we thought Evero was going to use Jeremy Chin. Yeah. How Jeremy Chin was, and who we thought that he was going to be after that rookie year, and having a crazy rookie year. Yeah, we thought that Jeremy Chin was going to be up and out of here, but I think that Trayvon Moore is going to be who we were hoping Jeremy Chin was going to be for us. So yeah, Trayvon Moore stock is up for sure. And I got one more person, but I'll let you go.
Okay, so I'm gonna do another one, and he is in the debt later. Etzel. One thing that I love, and we're seeing it, he's trying to make an emphasis of catching the ball with his hands. He's not trying to body catch. And I was scared yesterday seeing all the reports. Oh, he pulled up. I'm like, bruh. I was like, bruh, like if he's hurt. Oh, I already knew. I knew Panther Twitter was about to implode. And when I say they're about to give him everything that they've been waiting just for him to fail, but whenever he's able to do, yes, I mean to have the day that he had today, and basically building days, I would like to see him get a vet day off. Even though he's still young, he can still use it. You got to remember he's coming off surgery.
He is.
You don't. I mean, he knows the weight on his shoulders. Panther Nation has put a weight on Excel's shoulders because with T-Mac being drafted, a lot of people are saying, oh, we drafted number 1 wide receiver last year. He's not your true number 1. We got our number 1 wide receiver with T-Mac now. Excel hear all that. He hears the outside noise. I don't think he's worried about it because, again, he had his time to be a regular person, and then he had his time when he was out working with Bryce in California. So I think that the work is showing. I think the product is showing. I just can't wait till the pads come on because, again, when the pads come on, we're not just practicing against the Panthers anymore. We have 2 joint practices right now. So you're going to be seeing fresh blood different players, different body types, different techniques. And if he's doing this against competition in training camp, I think, and I made this point, shout out to another podcast, FPFO, that I think we have our own rendition of T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
Interesting.
So I honestly think Edsel deserves his flowers. Again, we're going to talk about him later on in the show, but I think he is another stock up.
For sure. Absolutely stock up. I completely agree with that. We saw last year he doesn't have an issue with getting open. The issue was just making sure he caught the ball. So he knows that, and I think that hopefully that builds confidence for him. And I agree with you, bro. Like, I don't think that, to me personally, and I've said this on my channel, like I don't think that there is a like clear like one and two, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2.
Don't laugh at that, because I was on base today and I did do it. Do not laugh in the car, bro, because the car, it's just like when you laugh at it, he enjoys it. Do not laugh in the car, bro.
Yo, that's funny, bro. Look, where was I? Oh, I don't think it's a clear like wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2. I think it's going to be, and I've said this before, like depending on matchups, scheme, and all those different things. I think they're going to go. Both XL and T-Mac have played in all the different positions. Played inside, played outside, played X, played Z, and they're going to move them around. I think that's a beautiful thing. So I don't know if it's going to be like a. I like the Jamar Chase, T. Higgins thing. I'm leaning a little bit more towards the Mike Evans and Chris Godwin type vibe. Yeah. Just based on like, because both of them to me have like totally two different like styles of how they play. Like T-Mac's very smooth, long. Both of them can catch the ball at the high point, but you got your speed. So like he is 6'1", 220 something and runs a 4.3. Like I think I'm starting to see that in his routes. Another person who stock up, and I'm seeing a lot of quickness, a lot different from last year, is Jalen Coker.
Yeah. I know you part of the Coke boys.
Yes, for sure. I definitely rock with Jalen Coker for sure, but he looks faster. He looks quicker. And that one was like, I saw a few videos and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I said this before and everybody thought I was crazy. Coker can play on the outside, y'all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell y'all, he can play on the outside. And I think he's going to show it this year. Don't forget what he did at Holy Cross. He didn't play on the inside all the time. He played on the outside. And I think he's really showing it. And I think the beautiful thing is once you get acclimated with the scheme, no matter if you're on offense or defense, second year, third year, whoever it may be, that starts to show your personality, starts to show, and your confidence. You start to play faster. And we're really starting to see that now with all these players. So I agree with your stocks, bro.
Hey, Shane, I'm not going to answer this. And it's not that I'm avoiding it. It's just too early right now, because he was saying, if you guys had to pick, who do you think are receivers heading into the season? Again, I will wait because, again, if somebody gets hurt, again, we already have one wide receiver that's hurt already. So for me, it's just too early to, actually make that prediction. But I think in training camp, once we have other guests come on, we can talk about that. I definitely don't mind talking about that, man. Appreciate you for pulling up, Nick. I'm reading back some comments. Nick Tri-State definitely pulling up.
You gotta salute it. You didn't salute it.
Y'all want me to do it? Look, I told you, hey, I had duty today, so I pulled civilian job and military. So that's why I've been so much. Yeah, that's why I've been so much, man. All right, I'm gonna do one stock down, and then we can go ahead and get into it. Hold on, real quick. Rap Star game. Like I said, we already shouted you out throughout the show, Clay. You can definitely go back. I definitely tell everybody, know you're going live here in a few. Again, for those that are just joining, this is a impactful night for Panther Nation. Again, shout out to Dunk. He already went live earlier. I'm live right now. You have PPP live currently. Then you have the Rock Star game live. Then you have PMP. And for the nightcap, you have the Panthers on tap. So again, show every content creator love. Like my self both said, there's a lot of love that can be shared. Again, you can stay here for a little bit and be like, all right, I'm out. I'm going to support somebody else. But I appreciate everybody that's pulled up to the live tonight. So again, Clay, like I said, I had to go ahead and give you that love right there so everybody can go ahead and show you some love tonight too.
Shout out to Robstar, man.
I'm gonna do a stock down and then I'm gonna see what you say and then I'll pull some more comments up.
Bet.
Armando, is it Barno? Did I say his first
Oh,
name?
Amari Barno.
Amari Barno.
Yeah.
The problem I have with this is the same injury on the same leg that you had to get
Mhm.
cleaned out. Since you have been drafted with the Carolinas, you have really not had a productive year. This is nothing on you, but your best availability is your availability.
Every
And I
time.
finally said it, and I finally said it correctly.
Your
'Cause
best
most time
ability is your
yes.
availability. Yes.
So for me, I think I don't like talking down on players because you never know. But
Mm.
again, for them to find out that he had a cleaning of a knee and they're making it like it's nothing major, I can't take that because this man had a same clean out on the same knee that's been injured. So for me, I think that's a stock down that I did not put up there because I did not know that he had another procedure. I know
Yeah.
people can say, "What do you say about DJ Wanham?" I'm not worried about it. Again, it's a back injury. I had back injuries. You're just gonna have your day. So for me, that's a stock down that I didn't put up there.
Yeah. And we got to keep in mind too, right now, they're going to take every precaution for every player. If something's going wrong, like even if it's a little tweak, they're going to be like, no, you're good because you got training camp, you got all that. You want to keep them as healthy as possible. So yeah, my stock down is a different person.
I'm laughing at this comment because this is what you said earlier. My bad.
Bro, yes. I came with that. We were talking a little bit before. I was like, dang, bro, your barber didn't play no games, bro. Kept you crispy, bro. Crispy.
Yeah. What's up, bro? Yeah. But my bad. Go ahead, man.
No, you good. My stock down is Chandler Savala.
Ooh.
And here's my reasons behind my stock down Chandler Savala. And this is only like, look, I am not a beat reporter. I am not at the practices. I'm only saying this off of what I've been shown on videos and social media.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to the GOAT of an offensive lineman coach, Joe Gilbert. And we've been told, I was talking to Vashta about this on the pregame, and she was like, yo, Joe's like that he is a very fiery coach. She said every time we're out there, he is loud, he's getting in there, the faces there of the offensive line, all those different things. And that's the type of coach I appreciate. But there's been two instances where Chandler Savala did something wrong, and Joe Gilbert went off on him. And
I talked about it on Twitter. I talked about when he was like, God, yeah. I talked about it on Twitter. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That was strike. That was one. That was strike one for me. Strike two. Facts though. Strike two was he was doing like, and this is like he's a what? Is he a third-year player? He's a third-year player.
Yes.
Third-year player. Strike two for me was another practice. They're doing drills and he lines up wrong. And then like the look of disgust that Joe Gilbert had on his face, like he shook his head and was just like, this guy, like it just showed look of disgust. And then strike three for me is when we got undrafted Luke Kandra. The undrafted free agent Luke Kandra, who could play guard. And I just feel like you got to trim the fat. Like we're raising the floor, like we said, Doug. We're raising the floor, and that competition is going to be stronger. And the fact that Luke Kandra is a legit, excuse me, guard. I think Savala might be out of here.
Yeah.
So
I didn't think O-line because again, you brought everybody back, and he didn't look bad. Again, he looked better this year whenever he needed to come in and not start.
Yeah.
So again, you can tell that the game he was understanding it, but again, I think that was OTAs, and I think that was the first OTA that the media was allowed to come out. And I need to figure out who wrote the post because I was like, bro, I'm like, did I just hear the coach just say Chandler Savala? God damn! I was like, oh Lord, I was like, bro, no, like this is your first time coming out. So this year we find out. This is my brother, Eric. Stop again. Stop it, bro. Stop it. And I'm gonna see him tomorrow. You know, he's like, bro, why you do that? Look. Don't you worry. We'll have a conversation offline. You already know the conversations we have offline, man. So, yes, leave my quarterback alone. He's a Ravens fan, so I really can't say too much. So leave it alone. We'll talk. But he said everybody think Doug is Nakari, chill, bro. Chill, bro. But no, that is stock up or stock down. Again, it's still early, but again, I can't wait for like I said, these joint practices and training camp. Unfortunately, we're not going to be there. But if the blueprint, if the huddle is as good as what they've been able to do, that content is going to be some exclusive type of behind the scenes. Like I said, we're going to get our own kind of sort of hard knocks this year. Where everybody's been wanting Carolina to be on hard knocks. So.
I hope. One would hope.
I love the What's Up the Nation, man. I love them, man. I love them. All right, so let's play this next clip before we go into our next topic.
You talked about competition in the secondary. There are a couple of free agents that are still available, notably Jair Alexander, who's a Charlotte native. Do you guys think that you'll add to that room at all?
I don't know that for sure, but we're always open to the chance of just bringing great players in here to create that competition. So I wouldn't say no, but right now we have to take all the information in, and I'm sure those conversations will happen just to kind of see, like, what are they looking for? You know, it's got to be the right fit for both sides, and so those are all things that we.
So, for me, who wrote a comment?
Nakari.
Nakari, you better not be able to hear my TV, because you can hear my TV. We got a serious problem. Yeah, that's hilarious. So with that, and I think it was Shane that asked a question earlier, and I didn't want to talk about it. Still shopping. Are we still shopping right now, Lo? I talked about the three biggest names that everybody's been talking about: Jair Alexander, Jalen Ramsey, and you have Julian Blackmon. I did put a name up here. Shout out to Pratt that just signed with the Raiders this afternoon on a 1-year deal. But my prediction, and I pulled the graph back up. I just did linebackers, corners, and safeties that I still think are a need right now. But my prediction right now between now and training camp is we will sign 2 veterans, and that's another linebacker and either a safety or a corner. Just depends on how things transpire between now and July. Okay. So you just heard Dave. Me personally, I think we are shopping. They just don't want to give their hand. Yes. But I'm hoping the Steelers don't get both, because they said the Steelers are involved in trying to talk one with Jair Alexander and do a trade talk with another. But if I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dante Jackson is still there. I know they have Porter Jr. there. So does that mean the same issue that we have here that they have in Pittsburgh, that Dante Jackson is not what they thought he is or what they need, and they're trying to get another corner, or is it a corner depth?
That's a good question. I think it's a little mix of both, bro. Like, I think Dante Jackson had a very good start to the year last year. But I think he is what we thought he was, and I think he started to show. And I think he was hurt a few games as well, which we've seen that before here at Panthers, Carolina. So I think that's what it is. But the interesting thing about them looking at corners, and I looked at this when I saw that tweet, I was like,
stop the cap.
I was like, what are we talking about? Because at the end of the day, you need to pay TJ Watt.
Yeah.
You need to stop thinking about corners and Jalen Ramsey, whose contract is out this world, and you got the number 1 potential or number 2 defensive end in the league, and you ain't paying him. Like, what are we talking about right now? Like, get your house
in order.
Like the old people say, get your house in order. So Steelers got a lot to figure out. You just signed Aaron Rodgers, a 41-year-old quarterback, 1 year,
almost a $19 million deal with incentives.
Right. And you trying to get a Jalen Ramsey?
Yeah.
Stop the cap.
And then AJ Marshall, I appreciate that. He said he signed with the Chargers. So I appreciate that, man. So Lo, I mean, the question has been out there.
Yeah.
Do we bring any of these 3 gentlemen on the screen, or someone that we did not name on the left-hand side, to bring more competition in those rooms? Because again, it sounds like the competition is through the roof.
Yeah.
And every position battle.
Yeah.
And I love that because, again, competition either makes or breaks you. And again, JC Horn talked about it. It's making you want to be better in the next rep. So
that's what it's all about, man.
yeah. So I mean, do we? I know we need it, but
Yes.
what do you think we would do?
Yeah, I think at first, bro, before OTAs and before training camp, I would have
Browns.
said, "Oh yeah, he
Just
plays for the
Brown.
Browns."
Go ahead.
Yeah, plays for the Browns. Before OTAs and before minicamp, I probably would have said safety and corner. But after like seeing some of the safety play and understanding that Shao Smith Wade is playing nickel, corner, safety, all the different places, Ransom is looking really good as well. And then also you're talking about and that's another person who could have been stock up too is Damari Richardson. Who I think is doing really well as well. And then of course you got Trayvon Morgan. I was like, we might be okay at safety. But corner, I always think that you can always get better. And at first I was big on the Jalen Ramsey in, but as I thought about it, I was like, yo, Jair Alexander would be really good and less expensive for us here. And I think if we get a Jair Alexander, I think we have the opportunity to then go try to find someone else. I want to say we have like 16 mil in cap space. I could be wrong. But Jair Alexander went to high school with my little bro at Rocky River. So he is a like Charlotte native. I think he will love to play here. And I would be excited for Jair Alexander because I think that's somebody who has a lot to prove. And everyone's like, oh well, Canales and the culture that he's building, like you understand, like he came from Seattle. Yes, Candy Rain was his rookie performance song. Before Canales went to Tampa and all, he was at Seattle. And who was loudmouth corner there that played for Seattle for all those years? Richard Sherman. He's used to players with personalities, and he actually is a coach that allows players to showcase their personalities as long as it's within a certain parameter. So I think that Canales would do well with coaching a Jair Alexander. So yeah, I think Jair would be the one. I thought about the Eric Kendricks one when I saw it on there, but I think we're trying to stay young. I want to say Eric Kendricks is 33. So I don't know if they would go for another older linebacker when you just let go of Shaq Thompson and you have Josie Jewell or both in their 30s. So I think that they'll probably go young, which I thought we were going to be interested in Jermaine Pratt. And for the price that he went to, I thought we definitely could have got him. But I think Jair or Jalen are definitely the ones. And per my dog Shot, co-host of the pregame and also PNP, he went to the PSL meeting and somebody yelled at Jair in the crowd and Evero gave him the point like, hey, I heard you. So
Facts.
We'll see.
Yeah, like I said, anything helps because you never know what's going to happen. We're only in June. Season's 17 games. Injuries happen. Again, as great as that front seven can be, or let's just say front three, front four, depend on how you want to say the defense, that back four is important as well. If you look at it where Josh Norman had his best year, yes, he did his job, but also that front four helped him.
Oh, absolutely.
It wasn't just him by himself.
And the safety.
Yeah, that's going to help with the back four because the back four can help your front four, but then also your front four can help your back four.
Absolutely.
So I'm not opposed of us signing another safety or corner, but also I did see something where I think I even said it. I said an extension, but I had to rethink. If we have not extended Taylor Moton by now, that might mean something as well. Because again, that is money right there. Anytime waiting that we can use to bring in Blackman. Trade for Ramsey to restructure his contract then, or bring in a Jair Alexander. So there's money there that can be used. But again, if we have not did it yet, that's making me think what's really going on.
I think what's going on is you have a brain by the name of Brant Tillis who has he's like, to me, I call him like he's like Dr. Strange, where he has all these different scenarios that could play out. And that's one of the last scenarios, like if we absolutely have to extend him and get some dead money or all those different things, then I will do it. But if we could find a way to keep him on that deal and be clean off of that deal by next year, and then have all this cap space for the following years, then we'll do it. But if an opportunity presents itself to get an elite player, I think that we still have that option and the opportunity to extend him at any point and stretch those that contract out. So I think that there is a game plan. I think they have a plan in place. And Brent Tillis, he hasn't proved me wrong in terms of how he's cooking in terms of numbers and all that stuff. So I say let him cook, and we'll see what happens. But I do think that we are not done yet. I think we ain't done yet.
Yeah. All right. So we at the point where I'm laughing at Nakari. So I'll drop the link, Nakari. I'll drop the link. If somebody wants to become a member, I will drop the link so you can hear my DJ. I call my DJ over here. Nakari got the beat for whenever somebody becomes a member. But again, there's another content creator. I'm gonna do this till the show end. There's another content creator live right now, the Rockstar Game. Definitely appreciate everybody pulling up. Again, it has been plenty of love shown. Again, I know PPP is live. PNP will be live coming up here shortly. But again, I appreciate everybody rocking with us. Again, Lo and I talk behind the scenes. We also said, and we opened the show, the Carolinas are brewing right now. National media does not really give us the attention that we need. It's content creators like Lo and myself and everybody that's going live right now that have different perspectives, different observations, different analysis and analytics that we see what our team is doing. So again, go ahead and show those other content creators love tonight as well. So I got to take a deep breath because I know this next topic, and I hope the missus is not watching because she knows how I feel about this next topic. But give me 1 second because I'm going to get this members link for Nakari. So again, like I said, if you do want to become a member, it is only 99 cents. You'll just you would just hit it right there in the link and then go ahead and activate you become a member. So again, if anybody wants to become a member, again, we will be doing ticket giveaways. We'll have our members only jersey giveaway here in July or August, and then we'll do a subscribers giveaway before the season as well. We have one of our guests on. So Nakari might get on your nerves because you try to jump me in the chat on Twitter, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. Gloria, hallelujah, man. If people don't know, I'm a big Glow head. I don't care what you say. Like, I seen this Black Queen in person in concert. All the hoopla. I don't think it's died down because with the BET Awards, and shout out to Vashta and Lo, we were all kind of sort of tweeting here and there about the BET Awards, and lo and behold, she performed her new song with Keisha Cole there. So reaction, Lo, like I said, Lo, hopefully I did not take this because when I put this up, I was like, I know Lo gonna talk about this on his show.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't want to go too deep in.
Oh no, it's good.
But how did you feel about it? How did you feel about the song? How did you feel about the video? I ain't gonna play the song because that's a little bit too much. But go ahead, what you gotta say? Oh, hold on, here we go. Shout out to Slit Vit becoming a member. I don't know if you've heard this song over here, but shout out Nakari, man, for dropping this beat for us. Let me go ahead and whip it up, man.
Nakari, plate. What's up? Duh, with the hot plate. Duh, cooking up. Duh, cooking up. Duh. What's up? Duh, with the hot plate. What's up?
So I appreciate you, Slit Vic, joining the Dougie Effect, man. I will put you in our slide when we shout out all our members, man. Again, if you do want to become a member, it is only 99 cents. So I definitely appreciate you signing up with us over here, man. So go ahead.
Yeah, no, first off, Nakari, that's a fire beat, bro. That was who was that on the mic?
Hey, we can't get. Hey, we'll talk behind the scenes. We can't let my producer. We can't let my producer get.
Oh, pardon me. No. I'm
joking, Lo. I'm joking.
All right, so yeah, back to Glorilla, bro. First off, I rock with Glow too. You know what I'm saying? I got
Yes, sir.
you gotta have a little sound effect for Glow. First and foremost, Westcott has some insider information. Vashta, I think she's gonna drop some tomorrow about the Glorilla Xavier thing. So I don't know what that means, but what I do know from what she tweeted was that they are on this. They both are signed by Adidas, so that connection is there. Glow don't miss these days. All right, she about 5 for 5, 6 for 6. Every single she drop is gas. Is gas right now. Like she is cooking for sure. Ain't nothing bad I can say about Glow right now. She's definitely in her bag, and her team has found a amazing lane that she is definitely just cooking up with. When I saw the video, or when I saw that Xavier was going to be on there, man, look, he's on a generational run right now, from Kentucky Derby to the hockey game to now he.
Oh, Quan. Hey, see, Quan gonna get us in trouble. Quan, chill out, bro. Chill out, bro. Chill out. Did I hit the wrong comment?
Hey,
man, chill out, fam. You already know, man. See, hey now. We just gonna keep it all bean. Hey now. Hey,
Bruh.
7 p.m. Friday. See, y'all about to get me started. Hey now. Let's chill. Go ahead, Logan.
Hey, but back to Xavier. Yeah, he's on a generational run, and I think that he has superstar written all over him off the field. Like, he is definitely someone who the NFL definitely wants to utilize, use, showcase, all those different things. He just has to let the work speak for himself. And I've seen everybody's tweets and everything saying, "Oh, well, if he has a bad, he better be out there practice." Bro, when he was getting drafted, the biggest thing in his scouting report was him being a workhorse.
Yeah.
He's a workhorse. He's going to try his absolute best. He is going to give it his all. And I think that's going to happen. And that's why I agree with your stock up. I think it's fine. Now, the question is like, I see a lot of people saying, like, are they dating? I don't think so. I don't think so. Because here's my reason why I don't think so. I've seen a lot of different. I'm a music head. I love music. We talk about music all the time on pregame. And when it comes to music videos, especially when people are dating, you could see and really sense when people really got chemistry. When people really got chemistry, you could tell, like, okay, this is a little bit more than what we see on the camera. And that looked like he was just being a video vixen, bro.
Yeah,
he was just being a video vixen the song was definitely, like, it felt like it was about him, but he just fit the bill for that song. And I thought he did a solid job for his first video. I thought it was really solid. But I don't know if they dating. You know what I'm saying? It didn't give me they got something going on vibes. And I could be wrong, but that's just what I got off of it.
So I'm hoping they are not dating. But
hey,
I'm
what you hoping for?
I'm off the market myself, but
I'm about to say,
hey,
it ain't got nothing to do with you, big dog.
Hey, I'm off the market, but I like my co-host Uncle Quan said, and I know Quan laughing because he, like I said, we had a conversation. I'm only 15 minutes when I go to Arkansas from Memphis, so
God,
like I said, I know a little bit of something here and there.
Here like Jimmy Horn,
huh?
You sound like Jimmy Horn.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. It's Nakari, bro. Hey, I'll say this. So whenever it was coming out, and I think Vashta was one of the first that reported on X. So I was like, hold on, like, I'm a Glow. Regardless, I don't care. Like, you can say Glowhead. I think some people say it's for females. Like, it's a lot of dudes out here that music. So so I'm not even looking at the chat no more. So when I seen it, Quan, why you laughing? Your sister actually loves that sale because she's a country girl as well. So she was like, "Oh, like, what you think about it?" And I was like, "It's just a cover. I didn't think he'll be in the video." Later on that night, when everything was coming out, I was like, "Hold on, he gonna be in the video?" So
bro, I had a feeling that.
one thing we did not, and I didn't hear you say this, Low. Shout out to Keisha Cole, because if you know the song, everybody's seen this song with Keisha Cole, regardless if
facts,
it's male or
bro.
female. So for
Hood
her to
classic.
remix it, but then pay homage to Keisha Cole, it gave me vibes of one of my favorite songs with Monica and Keisha Cole. Because if you think about it, in that middle part, it was almost like the OG talking to the young pup in Glow. Like it was, I mean, it was so many different similarities in the music video that I was like, okay, I see exactly where Glow was going with. Yeah, so like for me, video is hot. Again, the song is hot. You can see how the artist was just bopping with it. During the BET Awards. So for me, if they are dating, I think it's dope. I don't think Edsel will let it be a distraction.
Oh,
but
this is all off season. This is off season stuff. Like,
oh yeah,
get your bag, bro. First off, go get your bag.
I mean, coming from where he's coming or where he is from, people don't get to see this dream that he's doing right now, and he's taking it as far as it can go. So I love it. I definitely love it for him. Again, like I said, me being a Glow fan, like I said, y'all heard me about the scene TGIF. Like I'll say it because Quan wanted to. I know Quan is laughing. I had the pleasure of seeing her for my last year's birthday.
Okay.
In Vegas, and I got to see her and Mad, but we'll talk about that behind the scenes. But hey, when I say it was dope, bro, it's a dope experience. Like when you go with your lady to go see a female performing, y'all just vibing. And again, like I said, they both make music where men can, listen to. So again, for me, I think the song's a 10 out of 10. Again, from the video, I'll say 10 out of 10 because again, it wasn't too much. It wasn't like, I'm trying to think of the word. It just wasn't over. It wasn't just like overpacked, if that makes sense. Again, you had in the beginning, then in the middle, you gave homage to Keisha Cole. That's where I think I love it too. You gave homage to Keisha Cole. Then you brought her on the at the end on the street with her to close out the video. So again, like I said, for me, a 10 out of 10. And again, I think that's a fan of me being a Glow. So I enjoyed it.
And I recall the Love video. I think Keisha Cole was on the street too.
Yes. Yes. So like I said, and like I said, Lo, when I was thinking about this, I was like, man, I hope I don't say too much because I know Lo gonna talk about it on this show.
Oh no. So, I talked about it. I talked a little bit about it last week. We're gonna talk more about the BET Awards tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know if I'll give it a 10. It was solid. Nakari, bro. Nakari is one of one, bro. One of one. You said love. Okay, so at first I was a little nervous when I heard that she was going to do the love sample because I see when Nakari said love to make a good sample. I thought she did well. I thought it was solid. I thought it was a good sample, good beat. Like you said, it wasn't overpacked. She didn't do too much.
Yeah, I don't think she did either. That's Glow's weakest single. Wow.
I think you're probably gonna say weak because of the fact that it's not a banger. It's not a thumper. Which is
that's what I think. That's what I think he won't. I honestly think that's what he won't. What concert? I said that concert was dope. Me, you can see. I wasn't gonna say so. Quan let the bag out. Quan went before me, and he was like, "Doug." He was like, "I can only imagine how Vegas gonna be." When I say, I'm gonna go. It was lit from jump whenever the curtain getting dropped till Glow coming out. So, yeah. Like I said, I mean, if you haven't, you'll definitely.
Yeah, and I see the card thing. Like, go ahead.
Lo, I'll say this: if you haven't taken your girl and you really rock with Glow, I'm telling you, have a vibe. It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe.
Yeah.
Definitely a vibe.
I see what the card's saying. Like, I'm a music head too, bro. We could definitely have a conversation. I think, like, I'm curious to know what you would consider, like, a good song too. But I thought it was solid, bro.
That's quite realistic, bro. I'm telling y'all, it was lit. It was lit, man. And then this is where Kendrick and Drake's beef was going on, and then I know we're gonna go into our next topic. Kendrick and Drake were in their beef, so they were playing. They Not Like Us, man. When I say it was like it was stupid. Like I said, if you've been in Vegas, you know Vegas is in the middle, but they claim the West Coast. It was
Lit.
dumb. When I say it was dumb, it was dumb. And yes, Austin, right? She is a Steelers fan. So if she puts a Panthers jersey on, that is another indication. That is another indication. If she puts a Panthers jersey on, she is a big Steelers fan. And seeing her video, seeing Coach Tomlin, she was all nervous and stuff. It was funny to watch, man. Funny to watch. So we are at the 7, so it's 8:15 mark. We have another content creator live. Shout out to those fellas over there, PMP, Dave, and Rashad, that should be live right now. Definitely the OGs, man. Definitely, again, we got one more topic, and we're gonna get you guys out here so you guys go show love all across the platform tonight. So to close out the show, and like I said, I wanted Lo to feel at home. Just like this was the pregame show, we had to talk football, but we also talk pop culture and other things as well. Game 3 tonight. Who you got? 1-1 right now. People don't know. I used to hoop, so I can talk basketball better than I can talk football.
Interesting.
For me, this comes down to adjustments. You've seen each other. Game 1 was a heroic game out of Halliburton.
Yep.
Game 2 was just BTA. From OKC. One thing that has to happen tonight is Halliburton has to be aggressive. This team goes as you. No, you're not the MVP. SGA is the MVP, but you have to be more aggressive. You can't be that passive, let Naismith, let Turner, let Siakam take over. This team goes as you go. And I understand. And let's hold on. Let's talk about that because I see your face. Do you agree that Siakam should have got Eastern Conference Most Valuable Player over Halliburton? Before we go into
Yes. Pascal Siakam is somebody who is extremely consistent. Now, granted, I think Halliburton had some really, really good games. Don't get me wrong. Really, really good games, clutch shots, all those different things. But if you look at I know the numbers only tell half the story. He had extremely strong numbers consistently. But Halliburton is a point guard. He's going to dish it off a lot and everything. He's going to get that running. But Pascal definitely cooked up. But I agree with what you're saying about Halliburton having to step up and do more, do a lot. So who you got before I go? OKC, you got Indiana.
I'll say I got Indiana at home because the way Indiana has played throughout the entire playoffs, the way that they played against the Knicks, the way that they played against the Cavs, sometimes you got to take a gut punch. Sometimes you got to. Not saying they got to get off that high horse because I do think if you look at game 1 and game 2, excuse me, it was two different type of game plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 different game plans. So I'm gonna go with the Pacers.
Okay. For me, this is a tough one. Game 3 is an important game. And like you said, you said it best, Doug, where it's all about adjustments. It's all about adjustments, what you're going to do, because you've seen each other twice. But I got OKC. I think they got too much firepower. That defense is ridiculous. And Shea, his game is so smooth, bro. Like, it's so smooth. Yeah, I wanted to make sure you was good too, bro. I go.
It just came out of nowhere. That's the part that got me laughing.
And my man said, "Look at the Pacers." I was like, "Oh, my man is struggling, bro."
Bro, I was struggling real bad.
And I wanted you to finish. I didn't want to cut you off, so I was like,
"No, you good." We back. Go ahead, got your point. I'll go after you.
But Yeah, I think the OKC, I think just got too much firepower, man. And if they start hitting their threes, it's over with. Now, here's the thing about OKC. Well, here's the thing about the Pacers. Pacers know how to play comeback game, and they have definitely come back on the New York Knicks. They came back on a lot of different games, and so if the OKC does not keep their foot on the gas, it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a close game, but I think I got OKC pulling this one out.
Okay. So with it being game 3,
Yeah.
how would you say the series?
This is a tough one, bro, because it could go 6, it could go 7. It really could go. I could see it going 7. Because I think these are really good matchups. I have to pick something because you asked. I'm gonna say OKC in 6.
Okay. Ultimately, I do think I wanted to go game 7. And if I say the way that I think the Pacers are going to win tonight, I think it goes 7.
I would like, as a fan of sports, I wanted to go 7. I do.
That's what again, like you said, a fan of sports.
Yeah,
that's how I really wanted to go 7.
But I think that if it goes 7, I think Indy might win.
And that's the reason why I said 7. That's exactly the reason why I said 7.
Yeah.
So
it'll be tough.
It's definitely gonna be tough. Definitely gonna be tough. So that is all for tonight, man. Again, I appreciate Lo for the pregame show joining us.
Look, I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Lo, go ahead and give us your final thoughts before we do announcements and everything. Definitely tell everybody where they can find you at as well.
Yeah, man. First off, like Doug's been giving love to everybody else on the channel in terms of like all the different amazing content creators that's going live right now. I want to give Doug his flowers. Like Doug has been cooking, and I told him this off camera too, so I definitely want to say it on camera as well. But you've been cooking these last couple of months, bro. You've been everywhere, so much so that you were on Blueprint. And I just appreciate you allowing me to join you in your space and to talk about this, man. It's an amazing show. Definitely subscribe. Y'all see me in the chat all the time. I'm definitely always tuned in with what Doug's got going on. So I appreciate you letting me join. For me, man, look, like I said, I'm the host of the Panthers. I'm the host of the pregame podcast. We talking about Panther stuff. I'm host of the pregame podcast, man. Your fusion of sports and pop culture. We talk about a little bit of everything there, man. Any sport, any pop culture, music, all of those fun things with my 2 amazing co-hosts, Shad from PNP and Vashti from Carolina Blitz. Man, it's lit every Thursday, either 7:30 or 8. We may go live 7:30 tomorrow. But I appreciate y'all. Today I've been sick, bro. I've been sick for the last like 2 weeks, bro. So I'm just this right here. How I'm sounding right now is the best I've sounded in a very long time. You go back and listen to my last 2 podcasts I did. I sound like I'm stuffy. So
hey, I was very stuffy before we even came up. So it's allergy season.
Yeah, man, it's rough around here, bro. But yeah, man, we're on the road to 500 subscribers, man. So make sure y'all come rock with us. I promise you, it's interactive, it's fun. You're gonna have a good time. I see a lot of pregame game people already in the chat. So I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. But Doug, this was lit, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, we've been working on this for a minute, man. Quan already said it, Quan. We already know how the people, people are stubborn, then they're going to grab it the night that we do it. So, again, shout out. We do have a new member, and that's Slit Vic that joined us tonight. Let me go ahead and put that up, man. Definitely appreciate you grabbing that badge over here. What's up, Doug? But for me, like I said, this is the last live right now until we do our training camp preview. Birthday month is this month, man. So, definitely got to head out. Going to Chicago to celebrate. So again, as we always close out, definitely show all the other content creators love. Again, you got one right here that's trying to make a goal of 500. Definitely go ahead and hit the hyperlink in the title, and definitely go ahead and show some love over there to Lo and the pregame crew. Other than that, for me, man, like I said, it's all love. Again, we got more guests coming. Training camp is going to be wild. And I'll tell Lo behind the scenes, but training camp is going to be wild. When I say we have a different powerhouse person joining us to give us a insight with there being no cameras. You definitely don't want to miss out on that, man. So, like I said, I definitely appreciate everybody showing support tonight. Again, once we go off, choose whichever content creator you want to go show love to.
For sure.
And again, we appreciate Lo coming over here tonight, man.
And
So,
appreciate it.
Go ahead, Lo.
No, I was saying much appreciated, bro. That's all I'm
yes.
saying. And also, training camp too, bro. We got, if you in Charlotte, you close to it, we got a live show about to pop off. So during the training camp, man. So y'all just come rock with us.
Bet. So again, it's your man C Dougie over here at What's Up, Doug, man. This is another episode of Blitz Talk on a Wednesday. Had the pregame show dropping by. The host over there, Low, dropping over here with us, man. Definitely spitting some good football talk, pop culture talk. Also talked about basketball with the NBA Finals, man. Everybody stay blessed. Everybody stay safe. Until next time, peace.